from both teams. I suppose the first thing I would say is to Niamh and Keelan, just like on the point that like it obviously has helped. We've heard some facts there from the other team that it has increased the amount of women going for elections, and it has increased the amount of females in the Dáil and that kind of thing. Like surely that has to be seen as a good thing, kind of, like to get more women involved in things like that.
Well, yeah, it's good to see more, but like on an emotional level, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like the people who weren't selected are subject to bullying, and bullying is not acceptable in any form at all. Hold on, we're looking at women as numbers. I really don't think we should do that. We should be looking at them as names, and to be subject to such bullying is just ridiculous. I think like it's just not right, and like women are getting shafted left, right and centre, and do you really think that's right? Is that honestly right at all? No?
It's easy to look at the statistics and say more women are running, but a lot of these women are just paper candidates to fill the gender quota, and they're put into unwinnable seats.
Like I think Fianna Fáil at one point had 55 males selected, no females whatsoever. And then that's why they ended up. Fianna Fáil are a prime example of just not supporting women whatsoever. And to be honest with you, as we're both women, we don't want males. Are you sticking up your hand? Put it down. I'm talking. We don't need any males to tell me what to do. And I think we should get selected on our own merit, and not be just a number, not be just this paper candidate, this sweeper candidate, this parachute candidate to add transfers to allow male colleagues to get elected, in my opinion, honestly. Yeah.
I think that has everything to do with party culture, not the actual gender quota itself. So it's, the anecdotes that you gave are of party members being sexist, are of Fianna Fáil treating particular candidates that way. It might be Fine Gael putting women just on the ticket just so they can reach that gender quota. That's not the gender quota's fault. That can be fixed. That can be different, rather than you need to look at the parties, and parties need to be held accountable for the way that they treat women, through the way they use women, rather than say.
What's the solution?
Well, just the thing with the gender quota is we've only seen it in one election. So women had plenty of opportunity in all the elections before to not be a paper candidate. Sure, for years there was no gender quota. They weren't on the paper because they didn't have to be or whatever. They had the same equal opportunity as men to candidate, and it just, the facts are it wasn't working for them. They got 15% representation.
Women now because
no, it's not that at all, but they've only had one opportunity. There's only been one election where there's been a gender quota, and that is 2016.
It's increased representation as well.
It's just increasing them at candidate level, so it's giving them a better opportunity. More opportunity at candidate level doesn't necessarily turn into, as we have seen, because it's only been one election, more representation at Dáil level, but it is a step in the right direction, and it will mean more representation at Dáil level.
We need to sort it out. I just don't see how this is a positive factor if there's women that are being bullied in their parties, people not being canvassed for, people it's not. These are there's so many examples of this. People being high court cases being taken because Mary Fitzpatrick voted for the election. Do you think that's right?
Well, I don't think it's right, but then those particular parties need to be held accountable. What are we saying?
Single party. There's an example for every single party in Irish politics.
Well, then we need to hold those particular constituencies. How can you say you're a party person and then not canvass with that person? Because that's not the gender quota's fault. That's the culture within the party that needs to be addressed.
And what about the young men? There's an equality issue here as well.
Yeah, because it's not just
the older males sitting TDs, and the young men find it very hard to get into the political sphere. So we're focusing on involving women in the political realm, but we're ignoring the young men who also want to get in.
But the gender quota is 30% each. It's not saying 30%. It's 30% female, 30% male.
So there is still a focus on male as well.
Yeah, but what about the young males that miss out? Do you think they're missing?
What about the young women who miss out without the gender quota itself?
But they're getting made into sleeper candidates. We've already gone through this. They're just.
We haven't gone through it at all.
So
you said they're being put in.
Being given unwinnable seats.
Well, we need to give it time. We need to give the actual quota itself time.
Do well.
Through one election. We've looked at one election so far. It looks like it's been successful on the aggregate. It's increased representation. So we need to actually give that time to actually really be evident And you can see in the statistics itself, you can't just make a decision that they're ineffective, like these are, based off of one election. They have been effective so far. And that's
Where
what it
have they
says,
been
that's what the stats say in the
I'll
aggregate.
tell you where they've
On
been
the aggregate, they've been
Dublin.
effective.
Outside of Dublin, they haven't been effective whatsoever.
How?
I'll give you the facts, right? Right, Dublin. Average votes for females 3,701, male 3,314. Fantastic. Then we go to Leinster. 4,866 votes for males, 3,004 for females. Munster. 4,291 votes for males, 2,907 females. Connacht Ulster. 4,665 for males, 3,201 females. There you go. Outside of Dublin, women aren't doing well. Why is that? Because candidates or sweeper candidates, they're not. It's just the way women are being treated for this. It's just so negative. I think women should, have an uprising more so than gender quota.
Meg, you're going to say something?
Oh, well, I don't know if I'm well, I was just going to say, so in the, what is it? In the 2011 election, there was only a 51% of constituencies had at least one female representative in national parliament, and then after that election, there was out of 40 constituencies, 25 out of 40 constituencies, that's 62.5%, had at least one female representative at national parliament in 2016. So there was an increase there in representation.
But what goes on behind the scenes is just not right. So are we sacrificing?
We need to give it time for the actual gender quota to break down
for more
those social
budget,
structures
time for
and to
more
break down
budget
that
to
sociality
be
behind it.
candidates, time for more.
Yeah, time for it to improve, time for it to develop. You just want a quick fix. You want this, well, like you said,
No,
we should
do
see
you
it
know
in.
what I want? I
Women
want
should
women
rise
to be
up and
treated
fix
right.
it.
That's what I want. I
Yeah,
want
well, it's not
women
going to
be
happen just
treated
quickly.
right.
You need to develop
It's
these
not
things
gonna
and you need to work
happen
structures.
eventually.
I didn't say
We
that.
have
I
to
didn't
deal
say
with it. You
that.
did. You just said it.
I said it won't happen quickly. You can't just click your fingers and get what you did.
No, we're going to be treated.
It needs to be developed. It needs time. In the next election, it could improve again. Representation could improve in the aggregate in Connacht and Munster, the place that you spoke about. Could improve. I'm not, but I'm not saying that I'm going to click my fingers and all of a sudden representation is better. Because that's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Well.
That was very rude. Anything else?
Am I allowed to intervene for
Yes.
2 seconds?
Afterwards, Claire. After the debate, Claire. After
So I
the.
have 2 comments about their actual content, if I can quickly.
Oh yeah. After the debate. After the debate. Let them finish. They have their closing statements, haven't they?
Closing statement, so from both sides.
I think they began close.